Good evening, family. Once again, it's your DC dude. If you are already a subscriber to this channel, then welcome back. However, if you are new to this channel, I recommend that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay in the know about where we're gonna go. So you might have noticed that we're right here down in Nats Park. This video is not about Nats Park per se, it's actually about Navy Yard. So recently, there has been a redistricting awards in DC. Ward 7 and 8 primarily are east of the river wards, but not anymore. Apparently, Ward 8 is going to encompass the Navy Yard. So with all the growth that's went on in the Navy Yard area over the last 10 years, and y'all see my videos about Navy Yard and all the development on steroids over here. That put them about 20,000 people over the amount of people they should have per ward. So one of my pet peeves on this YouTube station, family, is to not give misinformation. Redistricting is not my thing. I wasn't even aware that there was such a process called redistricting until recently. As a matter of fact, when I did my YouTube videos about the boundaries of the wards, I remember when I was doing Ward 7, I was surprised to find out that part of Ward 7 actually crossed the Anacostia River up to 19th Street, beyond RFK Stadium, and it included RFK Stadium and the DC jail as a part of the ward. Well, apparently, that was a redistricting effort during my lifetime. So I always thought the wards stayed the same up until recently. So with this redistricting, this is a major redistricting thing that I didn't want to mess this up. So I invited my friend, Rev Wendy Hamilton. You might remember her from my Anacostia tours, because this is right up her alley, family. Remember, she's running for Congress, and these are the kind of topics that she's well versed in. So without any further ado, here's my friend, Rev Wendy Hamilton.
Hey DC, I'm out here at Nationals Park in DC, which used to be considered Ward 6, but now, after redistricting, it's in Ward 8. Did you know that? Did you know that redistricting has been finalized? As of a council vote on December 21st, the districting and redistricting process has been completed. And what has happened is you will see that several of the wards have moved their boundaries in order to make sure that there is equity across the wards. All of our 8 wards are designed to have at least 86,000 residents, roughly 90,000 residents across each ward. And every 10 years, we check those numbers to make sure that they still remain in that 90,000 resident range. When they outgrow it, it's time to redistrict so that we can bring those numbers back more evenly. As you know, we just had a census, and that census showed that Ward 6 grew 16%. It grew way more than any other ward in the city, and so that's why we have a part of Ward 6 that is now in Ward 8, and there's another section in Ward 6 known as Hill East, near 15th Street, Southeast, that has now become a part of Ward 7. So it's really important that we pay attention to what's happening, because that impacts the amenities that we have in the ward. We've got new neighbors now. That impacts how taxes and monies and budgeting is going to be distributed across the wards. And so while it's a good thing to expand and diversify and make sure that DC remains equitable, if you will, across the wards, it's also contingent upon us to pay attention, to make sure that you know where you're supposed to be voting. Your precinct's not going to change. Your address is not going to change. The only thing that's changed is the district boundary lines have moved. And now there's just a few more folks in some of the other wards than there were before. If you have any questions, make sure that you check out the DC Council website about redistricting. If you need to know the exact address, if you want to check to make sure Am I still in Ward 6 or am I in Ward 8? You need to know those things so that you can be informed. But it's a good thing, DC. We're trying to keep things equitable across the board. Redistricting helps with that. And so I hope that you are excited about what DC is going to be looking like for these next 10 years, because it's going to be awesome.
We're going to close it here for now. But as always, you never know where we're going to end up next. So if you want to ride, just click on subscribe.